Welcome to the Bodybuilding Banter podcast, your number one source of all things bodybuilding. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on future episodes. Now, here's your host, Leroy Rollins.
What's new, man? How you been?
Mate, I've been alright, man. Just dealing with this situation, just riding this flipping wave. You know what I mean?
It's ridiculous.
How's it felt by you? Are you guys on lockdown as well?
Oh yeah. Most businesses are closed besides like the essentials. So your grocery stores, that kind of stuff's open. But yeah, gyms are all closed. So we're kind of just hanging out.
Have you got it set up at home?
It's not bad, honestly. I don't know if you've seen my squat rack that I got set up in the back of my truck.
That is sick. I see that.
So I got, it's around 400 pounds in stones that we drilled holes in for plates.
Right.
So I was able to squat 3 something last night. I was able to pull around 4. So I've got a decent amount of weight. And then like in this room that I'm in right now was once my office. Is now a makeshift little home gym. So I've got a treadmill here behind me. I've got this little kind of child-sized adjustable bench, but it works with a leg extension, leg curl attachment.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Yep, and then there's like the little 1-inch bar that probably could snap in half if I wanted to, but we're not going to let that happen. Yeah, and then just some random, like I got a pair of 40s, I got a pair of 20s, and then just assortment of bands and stuff. What about you? I saw your washing machine incident.
Mate, that's literally all I've got. So I've got a whole array of bands, and then I've got 2 kettlebells. I got them from work, right?
Right.
Because they were in the back room. Sorry. Ooh. They were in the back room, and they were like, they're double, so you can take them. So I said, cool. Then I got a message from my manager like 2 days later, like, nah, mate, I need you to return them. You can't actually have those. I said, oh, okay. And then he was like, well, actually, no, you've got to self-isolate. Like, we've got to stay in. He goes, so just don't post them online that you've got them. I said, all right. So I posted them up by mistake, and one of the PTs I work with like snitched on me and was like, oh, he's got those kettlebells.
Oh my God.
And my manager messaged me like, John, don't post them. And I said, well, look, they know I've got them now, but literally 2 20-kilo kettlebells and bands. That's all I've got. But I ordered some dumbbells this morning. Like 5 sets came in stock on eBay, 20-kilo cast iron ones. So I said I can work with that.
Are they like ridiculously priced?
Well, to be fair, these were £19. £19, which isn't too bad. But I went on last night, a pair of 22.5-kilo dumbbells. Someone wanted £400 for them.
It's so messed up. Like I tried to buy, so there was this first went down. I didn't have really anything. I didn't have this bench. I didn't have that squat rack belt. So I was like starting to get a little antsy and like, what the fuck am I gonna do, right? Like, how am I gonna have decent workouts, right? So then a local shop that had like equipment, I went there and checked it out, and they wanted $1.70 a pound for a dumbbell. So for us, a 50-pound dumbbell was going to cost me just shy of $100 for one.
What? Not even a pair?
Not even a pair, just one. So I was like, man, this sucks. So then I, all actual stores that are designed for fitness equipment were all like selling out. Like they had nothing. So I went on like Walmart. We have this place called Canadian Tire, which is like a kind of an all-in-one shop as far as like household shit, dishes, and then you get everything for your vehicles. Like it's a one-stop shop kind of deal. And then they sell sports equipment. So I was like, maybe they have something. So they had this bench, one of them in stock, not even in my hometown, in my parents' hometown. So I friggin' bought it. Like I was at work, I bought it. Called my dad up and I was like, I need you to go pick this up for me. You can get it at 4:00. He's like, okay. So I lucked out there, and then and it came with 100 pounds in plates for the 1-inch.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, for the 1-inch bar. So for like single leg extension, single leg curl, you can get a really good like stimulus there. And then I've just been doing like a ton of pre-exhaust before I do like any bench press. So, because I can only, like, I can load on, I got a pair of 35s as well, so I can load up about 170 pounds on the bar. And after doing like a shit ton of push-ups and stuff, like 170 is hard. Like that's heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've just been trying to play it smart that way.
It's a nightmare, man. It really is a nightmare.
So you're not working at all then?
No, I'm just to be fair, my online has really picked up well. Like I think I've picked up 6 more clients in the past 2 weeks.
Oh wow, good. Good for you.
So it's been good, but I mean, when this first happened, everyone went into panic and was like, right, you know, because I already do online coaching, like you. Well, I already do it. A few people were panicking. They were like, oh, what are we going to do? I'm going to start doing online coaching. And people were doing like Skype PT sessions. I'm just not into that, bro. I just can't. And I thought, I don't want to make any rash decisions right away. I said, let me speak to my clients.
Yep.
I sorted them out. And then anyone that comes on board now obviously has to pay for online coaching. My current clients, I said, look, guys, I'm not going to charge you. Let me just keep you progressing.
Yep.
And but I tell you what, man, I do miss working. I just miss doing things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
man, it's ridiculous. Like, so I manage like a supplement shop. So that's my full-time gig, and then I coach. So Monday to Friday, that's what I do for the majority of the day. And then I just have like my laptop open and I'm kind of multitasking throughout the day and stuff. And then weekends is usually when I do a lot of my client work. So like Monday to Friday for 8 or 9 hours a day, I'm busy. Now I'm like, oh my God. Like the first like 3 or 4 days, it wasn't bad, right? Like you're kind of, especially when you haven't had a good chunk of time off, you're like, oh, this is kind of nice. And then all of a sudden you realize you're like, shit, this is now what I'm doing.
This is happening.
Yeah. So I've been really trying to like kind of have a structure to my day. So I get up, walk the dog, come back. I've been doing cardio in the morning still just because it's something to do, and it was like a good habit I was into from prep, and it kind of gives me a little extra playroom to eat more food.
Yeah, of course.
So I'll usually bang out like 30, 40 minutes. So that brings me to like 9 a.m. By the time that's all done, I'll eat. And then I've been trying to line up these podcasts from like 10 to 11, do that, then do, because I've been doing one every day just to like put it out there. And then client work, eat, and then like from like 3 in the afternoon till like 4, kind of chill, just relax, because then I train in the afternoons, like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So kind of like rest, get some food in me, and then just let that digest, and then get in the zone for training, and then the end of the day. So it's not bad, but I'm not saying that I'm not struggling.
You're managing it.
Yeah, we're doing what we can. How are you like financially? Like, you good?
Do you know what? I was worried at first because I was doing really well, and then all of a sudden I was like, hang on a minute. But I'm actually all right. Like I looked at my finances today because I had some bills and stuff to pay.
Yep.
Because are we recording yet, by the way?
Oh, we're going.
Oh, cool. Right, we're in. Yeah.
This is candid. This is off the books.
Oh, I've been eating it. I've been eating it all sorts.
We're bodybuilders. We get it.
Yeah. No. So financially, I did start to think a bit of a panic. But I looked at all my accounts and stuff today, and I'm all right. Do you know what I mean? I'm all right, and like because I've got my own place now, I've got some like there's some discounts and stuff on like my council tax and stuff that I can get. So I've been very smart, but I'm not spending any money. That's the other thing. The only thing I'm spending on is food, and it's only because I'm not going to the main store because I'm trying not to be around people. You know, like I'm trying to stick to these guides they're giving. So there's a little store by my flat, and I just go there. But everything, because it's a convenience store, it's all a bit more expensive. Like that chicken that I paid £4 something for it, and it only made 3 meals.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, well, that's that. I bought that yesterday, and that's the second meal of it. I got one more, and I've got to go buy more. So, but no, financially, I think I'm okay. So it's not. I think that's if I wasn't, I'd be panicking. I'd be really panicking. But then, like one of my clients is a manager of Tesco, and he just said to me, he's like, look, if you need work, you know, let me know. Let me know you can come and do some work there. But I'm blessed, touch wood, I don't have to do that. So
yeah.
Are you all right?
Yeah, as long as I have clients, we're good, right? Like I had a few naturally once the shit hit the fan, especially with shows being canceled. Like clients dropped off, clients lost motivation, blah blah. And like I can't change that, right? Like if they're not feeling it, they don't want to do it anymore. Like as much as I say, like, well, we can keep going. It's like if they don't want it, they don't want it. And I get it, right? I'm not saying that that's good or bad. It's just nature of the beast. But I have like a pretty solid number still that definitely covers my expenses. So as long as I keep that, you know, in play, and kind of same as you'd mentioned before, you had a couple new ones. I've had 2 or 3 that have kind of come on board the last week and a half. So as long as it stays there, I'm okay. Like, yeah, it's not as nice as it was beforehand, having that little bit of extra like money floating around. But as long as, at the end of the day, as long as my expenses are covered and I don't have to worry, because same as you, I'm not spending money. Like, I haven't drove my truck in a week and a half, 2 weeks, right?
It's so weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very weird. And there's a grocery store that's within walking distance. So if I need to go get groceries at any time, like it's a 20-minute walk, so I can go get some fresh air. But yeah, like outside of food, and that's it.
Literally, and the only other thing as well is like I was thinking to myself, like supplements. I'm like, right, I need to buy some subs, and
yeah,
I've had money put away in a rainy day fund.
Smart man, smart man.
And I'm like, I don't want to. You never want to spend that rainy day fund, and then I realised this is a storm.
Yeah.
So you kind of need to spend on it. So I bought. I had a little bit more money come in. I transferred some across, so I bought a pull-up bar. You know, one that goes in the door frame.
Yep.
So I bought that. I don't know when it's going to arrive. And like I say, I bought those dumbbells. But the way I see it is, that's what I would have spent that on fuel by now.
Yep.
You know, but I'm not spending it on that. I'm not, and that's the thing. Even when I go to the store, I'm still spending the same amount on food, but I'm not eating as much. So I'm like, I'm doing something wrong. But at least I know how much I'm spending. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm still getting some pay from my job as well, because I don't know if it's the same for you, but we got this thing called furlough, where it's like the government will pay 80% of your wages. And in the gym that I work for, they pay the other 20% as well. So I basically get paid rent each month by the gym, and then I pay that straight out on gym rent.
Right.
But instead, I get to keep that.
Nice.
So it's working out, you know. And I think the scary thing for me is, it's like I've sat down and I've gone through everything, you know, so many times, right? And I'm like, okay, this is all adding up, and this is cool. And then I'm like, no, but it doesn't feel right. Like something's got to. I'm rechecking for everything again. I'm like,
yeah.
So wait, I've got a little bit of spare cash here. I'm like, nah, that can't be right. And I've been going through, and I'm lucky that usually finances was always traditionally when I was younger, it's always my biggest problem. But that's the thing that I think is the least stressful right now. It's just more so to do with myself.
Yep.
Honestly.
So what are you doing in your downtime? Like, you picked up any new hobbies, or you doing shit? Like, what outside of training and client stuff? What's your day?
So first couple of weeks was literally just recovery. It's funny because the day that all the gyms got closed here, it was a Friday. You know, it was all overwhelming and everything like that, and it was a bit crazy. And then the next day, like Saturday, I had my first lay-in, and bro, I couldn't move. I literally could not move, and I was like, what has happened? And then Sunday, I thought I was paralyzed. Honestly, I couldn't move out of bed. Like, so the first week, I was like, right, I'm just gonna find my way around these workouts.
Yeah, and play around.
And I was like, this is pretty cool. And then second week, I was like, right, the workouts got a bit more serious. Last week, you probably saw on my social media, it was quite funny because I had all my mishaps because I was testing new things out.
Oh yeah, you got to play around. I've been slapped by the band too.
Mate, it kills. And you know, it's the smaller bands that are the worst.
Oh yeah, because they just that small surface area, they whack you.
Oh, they will find it and get it. But I think a lot of my downtime, to be honest, has just been. I'll be real with you. It's been in social media. So I've been doing so much social media stuff.
Yep.
Speaking to people, networking. Even I've become one of those addicted.
I know. I'm a little disappointed in you, bro.
Do you know what though? Yeah. So for me, like, I'm a creative person. Like, I used to make music before I done like bodybuilding and everything. I was really into music. I used to rap, engineer, produce. So I don't have a creative outlet, like release really.
For sure.
And I mean, you can only get so creative. The gym's not that creative. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So I've found that making these TikTok videos is stimulated my creative side again, which is it doesn't take away that I need to work out still. Like, I need my morning workout. You know, I need it, to, like you say, for routine, to make me feel good. But I'm not relying on that as the thing to keep me stimulated.
Yep.
You know, whereas like usually day to day, obviously I'm with clients all the time and I'm living for my workout in the morning. I'm like, right, I'm going to go row the 100 kilo dumbbell today. Like, I'm like, right, I'm on it. But I haven't got that. So I need to find something else. So I've just been spending a lot of time doing that and just sleeping, like trying to just nap. Even like I'm having like 10, 20-minute naps. Like yesterday, I crashed out. I bought some EAAs from Amazon. They were supposed to come on Saturday. They came yesterday. And I was just napping on my couch. I heard my doorbell going off. I panicked. So I got up. Oh my God, I don't even sleep like 11 minutes.
But you were done.
But it was the deepest 11 minutes ever.
That's the best, though. That's the best.
Honestly, it's just, yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird. I'm not. I mean, I always joke with it. People have always joked with me about it as well. That like I can sit in a dark room and keep myself entertained. And it's not until you're actually put in a dark room you're like, right, how long can I keep this up?
Yeah. Yeah, that's where like I'm kind of same thing as you, trying to really pump out, like doing these podcasts every day, doing YouTube videos, and you know, I've been trying to do the whole like ask me a question thing on Instagram to put that stuff out there, and still posting every day, that kind of stuff, just to keep the brand alive, basically, right? And that's what I think is helping bring new clients in too, right? Because no one's got anything to do, so they're surfing through social media and they're like, who's this Leroy guy that keeps popping up? And then they're like, then they send a message, right? So I think for guys like us, this is a time we can be really productive for our businesses. But it's just sitting in front of the computer hour after hour after hour. It's just like, ugh.
This is it, and this is one thing that like I noticed especially is like, so something that me and Noel, the guy that I work with that does all like the filming with me and stuff, when we work together, we were talking about this and we were saying, because I'm noticing how people are behaving during this time, right? I'm noticing behaviours. So, I mean, as you can see, I cut my own damn hair because...
Yeah, my fiance did this.
There you go. See, I'm all alone, and I was like, I only have one mirror. So I was like, so I had to use like my phone, and it was mad, right? So I'm not obviously... it's different, you know, because... So I'll use girls as an example. There's girls that get their nails done, they have their lips done, they get this and that, but you can't get none of that glow up done, right?
Yep.
So a lot of people have gone into this... you know, like lack of confidence. Okay, they can't post up their hot spice pictures because they're not feeling hot spice. I get it, but at the same time, don't forget that like how you act now. When we come out of this, you know, a lot of people are going to remember people who were about now, and the impact that you're having on people now, right? And it's the same with even with a lot of bodybuilders, bro. Like, I mean, I was saying the bodybuilding gods have probably like disowned me after all my antics last week. But the fact of the matter is, I'm still training hard. I'm still eating right and doing what I need to be doing.
Yep.
And we know that I take this serious. But I also appreciate that this is a time that it's not ideal for anyone. And what the worst thing, I know I'm not, because I'm managing to stay in good shape, but the worst thing is I get a little bit out of shape. I look a little bit higgy and have to do a little bit more work when I'm out of this. That's the worst that can happen.
Yep.
And it's one of those things where it's like you've got some people on the fence that are like, you know, you need to be doing all you can, blah 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 blah. And I hear that, I totally get that, but at the same time, we're recreating something that it's not possible. You know, like I'm not trying to recreate the gym in my flat because it ain't the gym. It's never gonna be the gym. You know, so you have to sort of. I was trying to explain this to someone and he didn't get it. I was like, you have to treat it as the same but different.
Yeah, you know? that's where I struggle, is trying to really still do it the same. You know what I mean? Like trying to make everything as it was, right? Like still eating the same, still training. Like, and I've got a decent setup now. That I actually had a conversation yesterday when me and my fiance were walking the dog, that I don't think I've had a single bad workout now, and I have zero concerns about not making, like if this lasts till the rest of the year, I'm actually like okay about it now because of the setup I have now. But like at first, like I was just loony about it, and like, because, you know, guys like us take this really seriously, and like it's hard for people that maybe don't understand it, and like this is all I have, like outside of my family and my relationship. And bodybuilding's it. I put so much love and effort into it, and like these podcasts to talk to like-minded guys like yourself that get it. When that's taken away, like it really, I had to like fake it for a couple days to like
Mhm.
to convince myself it was going to be okay. And then once I was actually like home and settled in and I didn't really have a whole lot, I was like, man, I need to figure this out. So that's when the squat rack brainchild was born. And as soon as this bench went up for sale, I bought it because I couldn't. There's no way I could have went a length of time without having it.
And the thing is, like, I'm the same where I was thinking about this a lot this morning, right? I can't not train and exercise, like, but one thing that I've realized is, like, I love the gym. I love pushing myself. Like, bro, you know the progress I was making just before all of this.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, it was the best run I've ever had, right? But for me, like, personally, I'm like, I need to remember that there's more outside of bodybuilding too. And I think that not everyone has to be like that, because people like yourself, it's die hard, love bodybuilding, live for bodybuilding, absolutely. But this has kind of put and we kind of feel untouchable, right? Well, what would happen if the gyms got closed? That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Let me go set a new PB today. That's all, because we've got this false sense of security or do you know what? Even if the gym shut down, it doesn't matter. I would still make it happen. It's almost like the universe has gone, prove it.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, go on. All the big talks, So I think for me, it's been very good. Like, I won't go too into it, but I've had a lot happen and lot of changes go on in my personal life and stuff, and it's been a time for me. Do you know what I mean? And I've spent a lot of time rediscovering myself.
Yeah.
And that sounds real like hippy dippy, but I've been sitting down, reminding myself sort of who I am, what I enjoy, and yes, I live for bodybuilding, I live for training, but I'm gonna say something right now that might get me cancelled. I'm actually glad to be having a break. Honestly, don't get me wrong. It might be a different story come next week. Next week, I might be climbing all.
As of right now, though.
Huh?
As of right now, though, you're happy for.
As of right now, honestly, I'm enjoying the break. Like this morning when I saw the dumbbells go up for sale, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna get a few more bits, but I know what my physique's gonna look like. I know how I'm gonna eat, and I know that I can straight away. I've got myself into a routine. I'm like, I can actually manage this, even if it's to the end of the year. I'm not gonna look like what I want to look like. But I know I'm going to look good. I know I'm going to be ready and in a good position for a push when I do come out of it. Cool. Then it almost becomes a thing that, all right, I don't even need to stress about it now.
Yeah.
And that my main concern is now, right, what the fudge do I do with the rest of my time?
Yeah.
Like, I've downloaded the app. I've always wanted to learn Spanish, and I've downloaded that, and I'm going to start doing little bits a day just to try and learn.
Yep.
Just as something, but that's because that's something that I want to do. And this is another thing that a lot of people have tried to do. A lot of people try to do everything in the first week.
Yeah, I'm gonna read 10 books. I'm gonna make a painting. I'm gonna. Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna read 10 books this week. Blah 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 blah. This that. I'm gonna do stretching. And the reality of it is, and I get it, because I understand. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but it's the panic, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I said to myself, right, there's things that I want to do. I don't know how long we're gonna do this for. In an ideal world, I would have liked them to turn around and been like, cool, lockdown's gone, and me turn around and be like, oh, I didn't read them 10 books. It don't matter. Normal life back.
Yeah.
But I've found my own routine, and this is why I didn't jump straight into doing like online classes and stuff like that, even though I did think about it, because I was like, I don't want to do anything that I'm not going to stay consistent with. And what has been nice for me is a lot of like my social media I've got a lot of followers in the last couple of weeks, because more people are gravitating towards me now, because and it's funny because, like, one of my friends keeps posting up his old pictures and stuff like that, and I'm like, that's good, but we don't really want to see that right now, because no one's in that headspace.
Yep.
And it's from a business perspective. I mean, put whatever you want on your social media. I ain't telling anyone what to do, but from a business perspective, like you say, with how we're marketing ourselves, we need to make sure that we're saying to everyone, all right, like, okay, cool, this is what we're dealing with. Like, someone sent me a message and was like, you're still in really good shape. How are you doing that with just bands? And I'm like, well, watch my stories, watch the sort of stuff that I'm doing, because the education's there. I know I can maintain a physique.
Yeah.
Trouble is, I want to grow a physique.
Yeah.
And then I started looking at, like, I was looking at my stage pictures yesterday, and I was like, man, like, my lat spread for the British finals is it's just hot. I just don't like it. And then I was doing some lat spread practice, and I was like, I'm gonna look so much. I just need to get back in the gym. I thought, it's gonna come. Just relax.
Yep.
Because the more we do that, the more we're gonna drive ourselves crazy. And you know, you don't want to get to the end of this and think all I did the whole time was just panic about not being able to train in the gym.
No. Yep.
You know, and don't get me, and it's easy for me to say, and it's very difficult for a lot of people to accept, because, you know, you have still got some people who have got access to, I know there's some people that got access to facilities, and, you know, they're still doing their thing, and you know, I saw it this morning, there's some things on social media, people saying, you know, oh, those that really want it will get it, blah 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 blah. Yeah, all right, I hear that, but don't get on a high horse about it. Stay calm.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
I do feel a bit like, okay, cool. Like, listen, you're still doing it. Yeah, that's cool. That's great. But you're not better than anyone because that's what you're choosing to do. You know, and the same way, there's some people that really can't cope with it and are struggling a lot, and they're like, the gym has become their release, and they can't deal with it. And then there's some people who, it's like you're in this position. You're saying you missed the gym and you ain't got nothing else, blah 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 blah. But like, you've got more that you can do. The gym isn't. You took like 2 weeks off before this.
Yeah.
Like, after this, bro, I don't want to hear anyone say they're not motivated.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear one person say, "Oh, struggling for motivation in the gym today," because I will flash back to Corona and tell them. I don't want to hear that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's keeping a perspective on the time frame, right? Like, in the grand scheme of things, like, we'll look back on this 4 or 5 years from now and be like, oh, remember when we were freaking out the gyms were closed for 6 months? Like, it's not. It's easy to just say, in a sense, but like, it's not that bad, right? Like, if I'm healthy, my family's healthy, like, we're doing all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the gym's being closed isn't that bad, but it's hard to just kind of rationalize that in your head when shit's out of routine, right?
And I get that, and that's why, like, you know, for again, let me not act like I'm some superior or anything, but certain people that I see post certain things, I'm like, nah. But did the gym really mean that much to you? Because, you know, one of the other things as well, I had to G-check myself, because I was like, right, my physique. One of the first things I said was, oh, my physique's going to change. And I stopped and was like, well, one, you're in your house anyway, so no one's going to see you.
Yeah.
You know, two, is that all your life has come to? How good you look? And I sat there, I said it to myself, I was like, what? Like, wow, okay.
Yeah, you're like, whoa.
Honestly, and I had to reevaluate and thought, okay, what is it that I like about the gym? Is it the me always looking good? Is my body going to be everything? Have I become that, you know, shallow in a way? You know, and I've realised that, no, do you know what? I just enjoy training. You know, that me rowing my bands off my flipping tumble dryer is nothing compared to an 80 kilo, 100 kilo dumbbell. But I'm exercising, I'm moving, it's hurting, and I'm challenging myself, and I enjoy that. And I'm glad within myself I've come to realise that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you know, there are some people, like I say, that are just worried because, you know, it's always half naked pictures and look how good I look. This time's come around, I ain't seen none of that. You know, and even like, I mean, it's because my flat. So I've got storage heaters in this flat, right? I don't know if you know about storage heaters. They take in heat at a certain time, and then slowly release it. Basically, I wake up and my house, and my flat is roasting. By the end of the day, it's cold.
Right.
I don't get it. So in the morning when I train, it's so hot. So I end up stripping off anyway. And I don't actually, like, my boy was like, you're always naked on your Instagram story. I'm saying, but you know what? Part of it is accepting, look, this is what I look like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm cool with that. And it's actually the least of my worries. Has my workout been good? Well, yeah, I had a really good work. Like today, I love my workout, bro. It was sick.
Yeah.
You know, so I enjoyed it, and I'm glad in myself. I'm like, I enjoy working out, and it doesn't matter if I haven't got a gym. Obviously, your gym is a bonus, but if I can still get it done, like I was doing dips with my 2 chairs today. Oh, bro, the set was mad.
Yeah, you just gotta like, and if you really love it, I think that's the big takeaway, right? Is the people that like love training, like whether it's with, you know, just a pair of bands, whether it's me lifting a squatting stones on my back outside, like it's just the pure love of the training. That's all it is, right? However it is, pushing yourself, right? Like I want to continue to do that, whether, like you said, whether it's at the gym or not. It's really kind of a bonus at the end of the day to have hundreds of different pieces of equipment to play around with, right? But at the end of the day, you strip it all back. Like, why are you walking in those doors?
Mm-hmm. And it's to better yourself. And I can tell you now, like I stretch every night now. Well, I didn't stretch. I stretched last night. I didn't the night before because I just I had some stuff going on. There was some deaths, so I was just it wasn't good. It wasn't a good night.
Yep.
But I've been stretching. I've been doing a little bit of HIIT stuff. I do some burpees and stuff like that. And doing little things that I feel healthier for. Oh, mate, they're horrible. They suck.
Yeah, count me out. I believe you.
But I was doing them, and I was like, "What is going on?" But I'm enjoying the challenge of that. I ain't gonna be doing that forever. There's no way. As soon as you get the gym doors back open, look, I'm going back to normal. But I'm enjoying actually finding a way to better myself. You know, and I don't want to, because I'm not gonna lie, you know, I had a chance to be able to go to someone's home gym and do some training sessions, you know, and I think after a couple of times of sort of reaching out to me, I was like, oh no, I'm not doing it, mate. He just stopped messaging me about it, which to be fair, I get, but I chose not to because I've got to do my part to make sure I'm staying at home and not doing that. And then I just thought to myself, and plus, it ain't the end of the world.
Yep.
And I've shocked myself with how chilled I am about it, you know, because like, I mean, I'm the guy that if I'm going to train at 6 and I get there at 6:30, I'm stressing out because I shouldn't be half an hour.
Yeah.
But I'm cool with it. If I can still do something, and the good thing is, I mean, you know, there's been like you say, everything's been bought, but things are slowly starting to come back in stock. So like, that's why I said to myself this morning, right, I'm going to get these dumbbells because I need some dumbbells in my life. I need something. I can't keep doing banded side raises. I need some resistance.
Yeah.
No stress. I've got that to look forward to. So I think that hopefully they'll arrive next week. I've got that to look forward to.
Yep.
You know, and I think there should be a lot more focus on that rather than, oh, I'm still doing this because I don't like people getting on a high horse and thinking that they want it more than others. And okay, cool, yes, that's great. But imagine they turn around and imagine they let everyone out of lockdown. And they were like places like gyms and swimming pools and stuff like that are still a bit of a higgy area. Y'all still can't go there. Then what?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Are you going to be like, oh, no, it doesn't matter because I still want it? And I'm not being funny. Do all of this, but if they don't put any shows back on, who are you showing?
Yeah. So
chill. You know?
Yeah.
And it's funny seeing both sides, you know. And I feel like I can comment on it because of course I love bodybuilding. You know, and this is the thing that I love, but I'm finding a way to adapt, and I like you can see from my videos, bro. I clearly don't take myself too serious because I don't care if I look like, you know, the video of me putting the tumble dryer.
Yeah.
On my TikTok, it's got 78,000 views.
Of course it does. It's hilarious.
78,000. I'm like, can you spread some of that love to my other videos? But,
yeah.
You know, I'm showing people that, you know, because like a couple of people messaged me today. I'm like, oh my god, you've done a workout where you actually haven't hurt yourself. I'm like, yeah, I don't do this on purpose.
Yeah.
These mishaps happen.
Yeah.
But you know, if you look at my physique and you look at obviously, well, you've seen that at the beginning of this video, how I'm still eating and that, I'm still doing what I can to control it. So in a way, I want it just as bad, if not as bad as you lot that are still sneaking to gyms or I've got ways of getting around it because I've got that same determination, but just not with the resources you've got.
Yep, just differently.
Exactly. So it's just like it doesn't matter what you're doing, just get it done. And if you don't want to train, but I know some people that have just stopped training, bro. They're like, nah, do you know what? I'm not here for home workouts. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna relax, not think about the gym, and start again when I go back. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah. No, not my style, but
that's never gonna happen. You know, I'm not. But yeah, it's just it's an interesting time, man. That no one was ready for this.
No, and I think it's a time that like we can really figure ourselves out, kind of like what you've been doing, and I think that's an area I go back and forth with in my brain a lot. It's like what's really important, what's outside of like fitness and bodybuilding and stuff, because like we identify ourselves with that, right? Like I identify as a natural bodybuilder, and I have a natural bodybuilding business, and like all this kind of stuff. I mean, there's medals behind me, there's a treadmill beside me. Like this is very much me, but like that can't be just it, right? You know what I mean? And having that conversation, like what was I into before this? What do I do? What runs through my brain outside of this when I'm not thinking about the gym or thinking about my nutrition or whatever, or thinking about shows or clients or whatever? Like what else kind of pops in there real quick, and then I think about bodybuilding again and trying to like get back to that stuff, because this won't last forever, right? And you know, there will be a time that competing is over. I actually had a guy on the podcast the other day that Ace Baldwin, don't know if you follow him at all.
I've seen him online.
Yeah. So he's a WNBF pro, and he was talking about like this past year, 2019, might have been his ride off into the sunset, and talking about that kind of feeling and stuff, and like that's after 20 years of competing, but still, eventually it's gonna come, and just kind of coming to terms with that and trying to figure out, how do you navigate life outside of this bubble that we live in? You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, man. It's very difficult because I'm a very career driven person as well. Like I know I want to be a WNBF pro. I know I want a Natty pro card. I know I want British titles. I know I want world. I know exactly what I want. I know I want my business to thrive. I know that, in all honesty, if they said to me, right, John, you can go back to work tomorrow, it would probably kill me for the first couple of days. But I would go back to exactly how I was before, running off 4 or 5 hours sleep, training myself into the ground, working non-stop and not having any time for myself. And it's like, okay, I need to take, like you say, we can't go back to being like that.
Yeah.
And that's part of why this is good, because like you say, it does make you it makes you have to face yourself. And I think people have avoided facing themselves for so long, me included. Like, I mean, I self-reflect a lot, but to really sit and, like you say, look in and be like, right, what else is there? I mean, I'm in a city now. I'm on my own. I'm totally on my own. I've got no family around me. I've got friends and stuff. I've got friends down here now and stuff like that. But it's literally just me, and I'm like, wow, like, okay.
Now what?
I can't get. And where my boys or somebody might be like, oh, just drive down and come and see us. I can't do that. So I need to know that, obviously, like you say, I'm outside. I'm all right outside of this, and I'm fortunate enough that I've spent enough time self-reflecting, and I'm like, do you know what? I am cool. And I know that, cool, if I'm going to sit down and mess about making videos, I'm happy making videos. And it's funny because when I'm making these videos, I've made like characters. One of the characters is the older brother, little brother, and I based it on. I don't speak to him anymore, but I based it on my big brother and me.
Okay.
And it's weird because I'm making videos of like scenarios and situations. It almost feels like I've got that dynamic going on. It's weird, right?
You're going crazy on us. You're literally, you're like the movie Split.
Obviously, but that's what it feels like. But it makes me laugh because I'm like, I enjoy doing that, and then I find myself not even thinking about training.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wow. And then you sort of stop and then you go, hang on a minute. And then straight away I'm like, right, cool, I'm on legs tomorrow. So what am I going to start with? Am I going to do the band lunge?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That's passion. That's called passion. When you're passionate about something, but it's doing it for the right reasons. It's like, right, like I know, right, my legs need a good blasting tomorrow. What am I going to do? What am I going to focus on? Because it's for development. It's not, oh, right, I need to get back in the gym tomorrow. I need to upload a new picture because the last one hasn't got any likes. Oh, I need attention.
Yeah.
That attention right now is, I would say, less on the fake stuff, more on the real now. Like, a lot of people are going to interact with even some home workouts, bro. Some people have got some nice houses. Like, I'm seeing kitchen workouts in kitchens that look like they're in the store.
Yeah.
But I've found that more people are looking at, people that are using an old chair and being like, well, what are they doing? Because it's more relatable. We're in a relatable time.
Yeah.
And it's a good time to grow. It sounds hippie, man, but grow spiritually and mentally. This is a very good time. Put the bodies on the back. What we've all been doing is focusing so much on body. Mind has just been left.
Yeah.
Now it's switched. We can do enough to maintain a decent body. Cool. You can just do that and leave that over there. And I don't want to hear anyone say, "Oh yeah, but I just want to eat bad." Well, then you don't want it. Then you're a different kettle of fish. But put the body focus on a back burner and look at the mental. And if you decide, look, listen, all I care about is bodybuilding, is training, and is fitness, then that's fine. That's cool. You better find a way to work around it because you're going to be pretty stuck for a while until this is done. But there's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
But you have to be able to come to terms with it,
For sure. Man, you've gotten smart these last little quarantine.
Starting to mature a little bit.
Yeah, man's growing up before our very eyes.
But I was waking up this morning paying bills. That's when I woke up and was like, oh man, I got to do all it. So I was eating my porridge. I'm on the phone to the council like, oh man, I want to be doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is nice. I'll be honest with you. I'm at the moment, I'm enjoying the break because I don't feel pressure. I don't feel a pressure to have to look a certain way, to be performing a certain way. Because you know what it's like, bro. I see people, especially like you and stuff. I see people online having tough training sessions, and I think to myself, right, I've got back tomorrow. Well, Leroy done this yesterday. I need, I need to step up. But like, and it's good, but it creates a pressure to yourself.
Yeah, it's like an anxiety almost.
It is. And I tell you what, have you noticed that word has gone quiet through this time, or quieter?
Yeah.
Quieter. So at a time when if anything, it should be up higher because you've got the anxiety of not being able to get there. Because of that lack of pressure, that seems to have died down.
Yep.
And not many people are. I think it's because people ain't taking naked photos all the time, so they've got the pressures that they're creating themselves. But like you say, you're not creating that unnecessary anxiety. The only anxiety for me is, right, what can I do today to actually get a decent back workout in without hurting myself?
Without snapping my eye out. Right on, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on. We're almost an hour deep. I figure that's probably enough to entertain some people for the day.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. No, I appreciate you having me on, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was great talking to you again. So what's on the rest of the day?
I'm on live with Time for Nutrition tonight at 7. They've got a guest on there, then I'm jumping on at the end. I've got to go to the store, but probably won't do that. And I've got client work to do. So the clients that I picked up, I've got plans to get sorted.
Yep.
So I'm going to go through, get those plans and a couple of check-ins to run through.
Nice.
What about you?
What time are we at? 11 o'clock now. Yeah, I got a client phone call with a new one. And then probably edit this podcast, get some video stuff done. And then, we'll see. Whatever the day brings.
Whatever the day brings, hopefully a nap as well.
Yeah, I'll squeeze a little 11-minute power nap in.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, you have a good one. And like I said, this will be up later today. So I'll send you a quick message when it's live.
Yeah, appreciate that a lot, man. Thank you, man. Take it easy.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. And we'll see you guys in the next one.